Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Carl. I'm a recovery coach here at Capital Recovery Center. This is our Freedom Fridays meeting for the day. Now, our article I have here is Adapting to Change, Why It Matters and How to Do It. And this article is by lifehack.org. So if you like this article, you can go to lifehack.org. We'll start. The one constant thing in our lives is change. We cannot avoid it, and the more we resist change together, our life becomes changes. As John F. Kennedy quoted, is a life of life, a law of life. We're surrounded by change, and it is the one thing that has the most dramatic impact on our lives. There is no avoiding change, as it will find you, challenge you, and force you to reconsider how to live your life. In this article, we will look into the importance of adapting to change and how you can adjust yourself to ever-changing life. Yeah, change can be real hard, especially when you like routine. I'm a routine kind of guy. It's like same thing, wake up, go to work, you know, do things for recovery, family, friends, and stuff like that. So when change, uh, some unexpected change can be a very hard one as well. But like we're humans, we're like, for me, routine, but let's see, it says five strategies for adapting change. These five strategies below are the key steps that will enable you to adapt and successfully manage change in your life. Let's go to number one, changing your mindset and your power of choice. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. We like to live our lives in our comfort zone. Our subconscious likes this because it is the known. Embracing change is stepping into the unknown, and our subconscious will does not like the unknown, so it will resist. Our fear and self-limiting beliefs will kick into action when we are faced with the disruptive consequences of change. There is no escaping the fact that change is a disruptor and it feels uncomfortable and scary. However, it is our power of choice that enables us to activate positive change in our lives. We cannot control the events of change in our life, but we can control how we react to the impact that these events have in our lives. That's a big one. We cannot control change, and some events happen in life, right? But we have a choice how we react or respond. That's a key factor for everything in life. React and respond is a big thing because things happen in life. Life throws you curveballs, and so that gives me a chance to grow through these hardships. Some things in life are difficult. Everybody has challenges, and we're going to change for the better, or we're going to change for the worse, right? So we have a choice today to um, change for the good, which I'm working on a daily basis, through the recovery process. Change can be uncomfortable, change can be hard, but if I'm changing for the better, it gets a lot easier over time. Because life is about choices. Some we regret, some we're proud of, some will haunt us forever. The message we are put, what we choose to be, the more you use your power of choice and the more you focus your mindset and positivity, adapting to change, the more resilient you will be to dealing with the impact that change will bring you to your life. So yeah, so these are some of the strategies that we can help better ourselves with change. Um, so like if I didn't change, so right when I was in active addiction, I wasn't willing to change. I was doing the same things over and over and over again, and I got the same things I ever got. It was negative consequences, um, jails, institutions, and death. It was like a revolving door, right? And it was hard for me to break that cycle of, you know, I had to break self will, right? I had to get out of my own way and start listening and paying attention, and so I can change for the better. And I wasn't willing to do that, right, for the longest, for many, many years. until like I had to sit down and listen and like first and foremost put drugs and alcohol down, but I had to do something different. I had to change my thinking, my behaviors, my attitudes. I had to change a lot, because we come in recovery with a lot of baggage, a lot of not so nice things. So we have a lot to work on. And I use that as a barrier for me not to change because I'm like, I have to do this, I have to do that. I got this going on. Like I was putting this big wall up where like I couldn't see on the other side of it, and I was just setting myself up all the time. So I thought, bright idea of my thinking, right, is like keep doing the same things. I feel more comfortable just keep doing this crazy stuff than changing for the unknown. So it was just our perception or mindset is not too good. It says find meaning of life, step out of our comfort zones where you unrealized dreams are buried and the enemies of achievement. Leadership begins when you step outside your comfort zone. Knowing what is important in your life gives you purpose and sets the direction of how you want to live your life. With a sense of purpose and meaning in life, you have clarity and focus, and both these elements are essential to you being able to successfully adapt and manage the impact of change in your life. Having no purpose or meaning means that you tend to drift in life within the confines of your comfort zone. Purpose and meaning in life gives you the courage to step out of your comfort zone, which is where you will find change and the opportunities it can offer you. And that can go with people, places, and things. If I'm not willing to change my people that like I was used to be using with, right? I'm going to end up some sticky situations, right? If I don't change the places that we're going, I'm going to end up in some sticky situations. And the places, it's just I had to change those three things, and like it was tough, but like I had to do it to save my life. So we're like the comfort zone is like we're surrounded around the same people, right? Same places and things day in, day out, day in, day out. So it was more comfortable saying being in the chaos of all this, right? Because that's all it was chaos, right? So which was you think about insanity, right? Insanity is doing the same things and expecting different results. So we just keep doing this. I said this the other day, like a dog chasing its tail. It's crazy. He's not going nowhere, right? He's going to keep on doing and doing and doing it, and he's not accomplishing anything. So like I had to like really listen this time and like really want to change, right? I couldn't just change a little bit. Oh, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to do that. It's tough. It sure is tough. But like if I want to do something different in life, I had to like change everything. And like and it doesn't happen overnight. See, we want things like now, right? We want to see the instant gratification. We want to see things that change happening now, and then we can get discouraged, right? So I listened. I had to listen to other people in recovery so I can change for myself, right? So I had to listen and really not just hear them, but really actually listen and pay attention and apply some of these things in my life that people were telling me. Because, like I said earlier, we come in with a lot of stuff, a lot of character defects, a lot of bright ideas that are not so bright. Our thinking get real distorted. We come in with fractured personality, so there's a lot of stuff that we have to work on, and we can't give up, right? So that's like the easiest thing to do is just to resort to back to the old behaviors and my old self because it's familiar, it's comfortable because we're doing this day in, day out, almost 24/7. And like it was more familiar. And we get stuck in that. And like I wasn't changing. I was changing, but I was changing for the worse. So there's things in recovery that we just work on ourselves and apply principles in our life. And instead of just speaking, we actually put into action. Let's see the third one. Let's let go of your regrets. It says the truth, the regrets have a huge impact on your how you respond to change, and they hold you back in life. Letting go of your regrets is key to you being able to move forward in life. It is the events of change that present opportunities in life. So if you are looking back at your past, you may miss the opportunities of the present and the future. Wow. You cannot change what you did or did not do in the past, so let it go. The only control you have now is to choose to live in your present and future life. A great exercise to deal with regrets in life is to blow up a heap of balloons and on each balloon write a regret. Then let the balloon go. I like that idea. As the balloon drifts off out loud, say goodbye to that regret. Very simple but an effective way of dealing with the pile of regrets that you have collected in your lives. Wow, I like that. That's pretty cool. Like me and my sponsor, we used to write some things down, and if we wanted to let it go, we would burn the piece of paper that we were writing down. Like that's one of our ways to let go of things, you know. And yeah, if we don't let go of our regrets, if we don't let go of our past, if we stay stuck in that, what I did or what I didn't do, I don't have room for change, right? You know what I mean? So I just stay stuck. I stay stuck in that, and the self pity, the regret, the shame, the guilt. If I stay stuck in all that, you never forget it, right? But I can't stay there, right? I can always revisit it because we're human. We have emotions and feelings and things we never forget, right? But we can move forward from them, which is, can be tough in the beginning. That's where it comes acceptance, accepting the things I did, things I didn't do. And, because the only thing, it's like wearing a backpack, right? And just keep on throwing bricks in it, right? Keep throwing bricks in it. There's regret. Throw another brick in. There's resentments. Throw another brick, guilt, shame. It just weighs you down. And like after a while, it's going to pin you down. It can do a lot of damage, right? And you can't go nowhere. You're just stuck. And that's what recovery is about, is to like break you out of that and, change. I heard it saying before, don't quote me on it, like it's change I will or change I must, I forget the saying of it, but basically it says I have to change. We must change, if not, it's just like, what are we doing in life? Right? Not just like in recovery, but in life in general. If we're not changing, like, what are we doing? So it takes practice. It doesn't happen overnight. Like nobody's perfect. So it takes effort. It takes action. We'll go to number 4. So this is when I seen this in this article, I started to laugh. So I didn't get to read it yet. So let's get into it. Write a list of scary things to do, then go do them. And it's funny because like it's October, it's Halloween, so maybe somebody can do one of these things that we're going to talk about. It says change is scary, and it is all about stepping out of your comfort zone into the unknown. Our subconscious needs to get familiar with us stepping out of our comfort zone and doing scary things. In fact, we want to train our subconscious into believing that stepping out of our comfort zone and doing scary things is normal things for us to do. It says make a list of scary things that you would like to do, but have been too afraid to put a plan into place and let go down them. Go have fun, challenge yourself, and get yourself used to the feeling of being scared and step into the unknown. Public speaking is one of the most frightening things for me and for many other people to do. To overcome my fear of public speaking, I joined Toastmasters. My first speech I gave was a nightmare. My knees were knocking, didn't know that this was possible, but it is. And I broke out of a sweat, and my voice was a whisper when I started my speech. I go through it, and though it was the greatest speech of actually overcoming my fear was amazing. I kept going and now enjoy public speaking so much that I jumped at any opportunity to speak. It's a good example. Like what I'm doing now, it was, at first scary, like feared up, like I gotta speak in front of everybody. And just like in recovery, like I go to meetings and stuff like that, and you have to, well, we share and speak and stuff like that. It's uncomfortable, right? I didn't like it at first because it was on the unknown. I never did this before. I think anything in life, when we first start to do something, can be scary. We can be feared up because it's not familiar. We're okay with familiar. We're just every day doing the same stuff all again. But like when new things arise, it's like um, new territory. We never done these things before, and it's, our emotions and feelings are valid. We're going to be uneasy and stuff like that. But if we practice to keep doing these things, we get better, or we don't, and that's where we got to accept. It's like some things is not for everybody, right? But if we don't try, if we don't put the effort, we don't put the action, like if we just stay stuck, we're not going to change, right? I don't want to be just the same all the time, right? And sometimes the same or doing the same things is okay, but if I'm not changing in other areas, it's like what am I doing today? Like what am I doing with my life? Am I trying to get better? Am I trying to change for myself or change for other people? Um, I'm just trying to get better, and that takes practice. That takes time. Number 5, focus on living a balanced and healthy life. Living a balanced and healthy, active life builds our resilience and ability to successfully manage the disruption that change can have on our lives. Stress is a normal response to dealing with change and challenges in daily life. In the short term, stress can help you perform better and under pressure, but constant stress can pose problems for your health. Sure can. Finding positive ways to deal with the stress and pressures that we face daily is key in our survival on both a physical and emotional level. Some healthy lifestyles actions you can use to successfully manage change and disruption in your life are: eat a healthier diet, exercise regularly, reduce caffeine and sugar, avoid cigarettes, alcohol, and other drugs, get some sleep, get enough sleep, practice meditation regularly, take time out and disconnect from technology. That's a big one, huh? Learn how to relax and have fun. Connect with others, spend time with people who have a positive impact on your life. That's a big one too. Spend time with people that like are positive and want good for you and want you to help you change. Everybody's not for everybody, and everybody's not out for your best interest, right? So I surround myself with people who are positive, people that want better for me, people who are willing to help me and not want something in return, right? Just sometimes just being there, being visible and available, and just talking with somebody, um, helps you better yourself, and listening is a big factor. Like I was always uh, talking, saying a lot of things, right? But I wasn't willing to listen. I listened, but I wasn't really hearing that. I wasn't taking the information I was receiving and applying it to my life. So I learned from others today. That's the only way I can change and get better is from others. Other people in recovery. You know, from my family, my friends, my sponsor, a pastor, people in church, my coworkers. I have to be willing to listen, right? For one, and I have to be willing to put things into action. And everything's not for everybody, but I take what I need and apply it to my life, and I get better with things. It helps me cope and deal with life when life shows up, right? Like I said earlier, life does show up, and like change can be hard, change can be good, right? But like, as long as I don't use drugs and alcohol or cause harm, I have a better chance of being a better person. Let's see here. So there are many more things you can do to live a health balanced life. The key is that you commit to activities that enable you to be resilient, optimistic, physical and mentally fit to successfully work through the impact that change can bring to your life. Yeah, I said change can be good and change can be bad and change can be uncomfortable. But I know um, I try to be positive and look at the brighter side of things in life. It's hard when they'll think positive in the midst of the storm. But like everything doesn't last. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. So I know these emotions, these feelings, and things I go through in life shall pass, right? So like, what do I do with these feelings and emotions that I have on a daily basis? I can internalize them. I can uh, heal and deal from them, or I can react or I can cause harm, right? So I have a choice today to deal with my emotions and feelings and um, help myself change and then help somebody else change. So I have to sometimes put my feelings and emotions aside, right, to help others better themselves also. Because it's not always about me. It's always not about what I want and what I need. And that's selfish and self-centered. So when I got here, I was very selfish and self-centered, and sometimes still can be to this day because I'm not perfect, right? But like I'm getting better because I was willing to change and listen and apply things in my life. I started to get better, right? And that just didn't happen overnight. And this last one here, it says final thoughts. We all desire to live successfully, happy, and long lives. I'm hoping to live a long life, right? Well, I'm hoping and praying and I trust that I'll be living a long life. To achieve what we all desire, we need to be proactive about how we manage the change we face in our lives. Denial and resisting change will only result in living a miserable life. Ooh, resisting change. This is why it is important to learn how to be adaptable, resilient, and bold in life because these three things are key to successfully adapting to the constant impact that change will have on your life. Yeah, if we're resistant to change, we're going to have a hard time in life. Sometimes we resist things, right? We rebellious, right? We don't like change, but usually it's going to result in like a lot of negative emotions and feelings and being miserable, right? So instead of fighting with change, sometimes we have to just go with the flow, which is hard. It takes patience, it takes tolerance, it takes practice. But I guarantee, it gets easier and gets better. But I want to thank everybody for showing up today. That was our Freedom Fridays meeting for the day. Like I said earlier, my name is Paul. I'm a recovery coach here at Capital Recovery Center. Until I see you guys next time, see you later.